It's the Sean Widmer Podcast. It's a journal by someone that just really doesn't like to write.
An early morning recording of the podcast. Not that that means anything to you. You're going to listen to it when you listen to it. But for me, it's a big deal. No, I haven't done an early morning one in a while. I was going to record last night, had some stuff happen, had some people over for something I want to talk about today. So we'll get to that here in a little bit. I should probably write down the things I want to talk about. I want to talk about that. I want to talk about a restaurant faux pas that happened in my life over the weekend. That's happened before, and it needs to end. But I wanted to start off today by saying happy anniversary to my wife. We are now at 7 years of marriage. 7 years of marriage. And is it the 7-year itch? Is that a thing? My wife brought it up at our dinner the other night. We went out to dinner for our anniversary. 7-year itch is a colloquial, it's a word I've never been able to say. Colloquial term for a perceived decline in marital happiness or satisfaction that occurs around the 7-year mark of a long-term relationship. It suggests that after a period of routine, couples may experience boredom, relentlessness, and a self of disconnection. You know what I'm going to credit that to? If you're watching the video right now, these doggone things. I got the baby monitors up. My wife's out of town. And so I've got, I'm on baby duty, baby watch duty right now, literally for my son, it's baby duty, but waiting to see who's going to wake up. Woods already wants to wake up. It's 5:49 a.m. He's ready to go. Huck has fake woke up already once. Olivia would sleep until noon, and she's the one who has to wake up early because she's got school. So, I'm going to blame those doggone things. You want to talk about if you're really not taking care of stuff, what could make you grow away from anything? Anything. It's not just your spouse, but grow away from anything as the kids. Like they could make me grow apart from the Seahawks, who are the best team in football, and showed how good they were yesterday. It's funny. I was last week I was thinking about how the Seahawks, a bunch of people put the Seahawks as number 1 in their power rankings. And I was like, oh man. And, I think there's a reason for that. The more I thought about it, I think there's a reason why they did that, and I think people look at stuff anymore on the internet and you're looking at clickbait and you're looking at, read our article, listen to our little TikTok video, our reel, come check us out, listen to our podcast, because we are going to say crazy stuff. So I think there's a reason why the people put the Seahawks at number 1. And it's because they freaking are. They are. There's no clickbait here. There's no clickbait this time. There's no gotcha moment on this one. Look at our power rankings for this surprising. It's not this time. The Seahawks are awesome. Holy cow. Jackson Smith-Njigba is open every play. Sam Darnold, outside of some issues yesterday where there were some weird turnovers, when he was having the 7-year itch in that game that felt like it lasted that long. Outside of his little mistakes, he is great, a great manager of the game. The Seahawks defense is wonderful. It's wonderful. It's not the best defense they've ever had. It might not even be the best defense in the league, but they play real hard and they play well, and I think they're well coached. And I think the right plays are coming in at the right time. Seahawks are really good. The Charbonnet-Kenneth Walker combo, it's not going to blow anyone's mind, but it's enough to keep defenses honest and let Jackson Smith-Njigba and Cooper Kupp get open all the time. So, Seahawks are good. Okay. So even, the kids could make me fall out of love with that. They can make you fall out of love with your spouse. Anything, because they take up so much of your time. So that's what I'm going to give the 7-year itch to. No 7-year itch here. Happy anniversary to my wife. I love that, it's been 7 years. One of the longest close friendships of my life, right? And I've got some friendships that have lasted a very long time. I'm fortunate about that. I talk about that a lot, how much I love my friends. My wife's right up there with them, and so it's great. Now she's not here today to celebrate it. My she asked for a gift for the anniversary. I was like, we're talking about don't get presents. We're like, don't get presents. She's like, what I want is the tree in the front yard. I want Christmas lights in it. And I was like, oh, yeah, yep. Okay, you got to do it, right? You got to do it. So I went out this weekend and I spent a little over 3 hours getting these Christmas lights in this doggone tree in our front yard. Turned out awesome. I still need one more string of lights. It turned out awesome. I'm glad I did it. I love Christmas. So we got this tree in the front yard with lights on it. I was amazed how many lights it takes in a big tree in your front yard. I was amazed. I think I have 1,100 up there right now, and I could still probably use 400 to 500 more lights. I couldn't believe it. I got up there at first with just a couple rows. I think I had 200 lights to start on the tree, and it barely made it around. So I bought 600 more lights, or no, I bought 900 more lights, and I grabbed 600 of them. I think it was like 120 feet of lights. I'm like, okay, well, I'll put these. These will be good. And then I'll do the garage door with the other 300. I used all 900 and I still have room. I still need to do about 3.5 to 4 feet of tree. I still need to circle around. And then that tree will look just the way I want it to look. But it's great. So she wanted that for the anniversary. So I went out this weekend, spent a ton of time doing that. And I'm glad it was sunny for it. My daughter came out while I was doing it. And I'm already afraid of heights. And a ladder isn't really crazy heights. Like the top of the roof, to me, I don't love it. 3-story buildings and above when there's a balcony to look off of, I don't like it at all. So I'm on this ladder, and it's, I don't know, what is it, a 12-foot ladder? And I'm getting near the top. And I'm not super scared, but I am nervous. And I don't love a ladder, right? It's like, man, if this thing falls underneath me, this is going to be bad. And so I'm up on the ladder, reaching as high as I can with this extension rod to see how far I can get up in the tree for these lights. And my daughter comes out and she's like, Dad, you are going to fall off that ladder. And I'm thinking, this is not the confidence boost I need right now. And she would look at it, and every time the ladder even moved a second, she would scream bloody murder. And I was like, oh my gosh, I am actually going to fall off this ladder because you are now breathing it into existence. I couldn't get off that thing fast enough, but she spent the entire time I was on that ladder, so 30 minutes of the couple hours she was out there playing while I put these lights up, she was just watching the ladder and telling me all the things that were going to happen when I fell off the ladder and all the things I was going to break and hurt, and mainly the ladder. She was more concerned for the ladder than for me. We got the Christmas lights up. On Friday night, my wife and I went out to dinner, and we went to a fancy dinner. My wife likes fancy dinners, and she always does the same thing. She finds a fancy restaurant and then pretends like she doesn't know anything about it and like she didn't research it or anything like that because she's already looked at everything and knows that it's going to cost an arm and a leg to go there. But she's like, I don't know. And so I'm not falling for it. 7 years. We've been together. We've been married for 7 years, together longer. And I know this game now with her. So she wants to go to this new place downtown Lexington. I'm already just ready. I'm just dreading the check when I get there. But I'm going to have a fun time with my wife. So we go down there, and sure enough, they've got this restaurant that they are new, and they're trying to be fancy, bring fancy into Lexington. Okay, so the atmosphere is super fancy. They've got a DJ there who's kind of playing like more newer music, but it's not like super loud or anything. So, the volume is right for a fancy restaurant, but the music is like, wait, what? Is that ludicrous? And it is. And you're like, but it's just not loud, right? It's just quiet enough that you can get away with it. It's very, very interesting. Very interesting. And so you walk in, and it's a fancy restaurant, fancy, expensive restaurant. There are a lot of older people in the restaurant who are well established, probably all own 1 million horses, and they're all eating, and they have 100,000 appetizers on their plate because they're going to drop some credit card on the table that's heavier than, it's like 20 pounds, and it just is going to hit the table, maybe potentially dent it, and they're not worried about that stuff. And they're there eating, and in the background it's like Ludacris and Kesha And I'm like, what is this vibe? But regardless, it was cool. The place, the restaurant looked nice. The food tasted good. They actually, for my meal, I got to be honest, I didn't love my meal. I got duck. I looked at their menu. I didn't understand a lot of it. I saw the steaks. They were so expensive to me. I'm like, I don't like food enough to have that price tag. I don't like good food enough to pay that for a steak. So then I'm like looking down. My wife was going to get the chicken. So I'm like, I don't want to copy my wife. So where do I go next? And I didn't know a lot of the words in the menu. So I saw duck. I'm like, I know I've had duck before and I didn't hate it. And I got it and it wasn't terrible. It just wasn't great. I thought it was weird. They're like, how do you want that cooked? And to me, duck sounds a lot like chicken. And I was like, I want it cooked so that I don't eat raw meat. And I felt like it was like, when it came out, I'm like, well, if a chicken breast looked like this, I would be really worried about eating it. But here I am. Sign me up. So anyways, we eat the dinner. It was fine. It was good. Had a bottle of wine. It was good. It was great. But my wife and I have a babysitter, and we're out for the first time without the kids for a while. So we're going to be able to catch up and actually have a conversation. Because every time, as a parent, you know this, every time you begin to speak to your spouse, one of your kids comes up out of nowhere and starts asking a million questions or complaining about something, and it is across the board inevitable. Every parent deals with this. It's insane. Try to go to the bathroom or try to talk to your spouse. Your kids will find you and begin talking, and if you don't deal with them right then, it's the end of the world. So we're finally excited to go eat dinner and just talk. And so we sit down and the waitress comes over. First of all, the person sits you down. They're like talking to you about stuff. And I don't really care, but they want to tell you everything about how this building's new and whatever. Then the server comes over and they get you, what do you want? Here's some, if it's a new restaurant, here's some of the things we are known for so far. Here are some of the things we're good at. Awesome. My wife and I are sitting there and we begin to get to finally talk to each other. And I'm not kidding you. This restaurant channeled my children to a maximum level. There was somebody at our table every 2 minutes. It was nuts. To the point where I thought it was a joke, where I'm looking around for cameras because I thought it was a joke. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way you could possibly have just sent someone over here. And it was a rotation of like 4 people. So it's every 2 minutes you would see your server. Maybe once every 10 minutes, the server would come by and ask if we're okay, which still seems like a lot. But in between that, there was a guy who just walked around like this hype man, and he's like, what's up? What's going on with you guys tonight? What's going on with you guys tonight? What you out for? And he's like kind of trying to be big city cool. Like he wants to be from New York or LA. He's like, what's up? What you guys doing tonight? You guys out having a party tonight? You guys drinking tonight? Yeah, what's up? This place is dope. Like, it was weird, man. So he's there, hype man. So he came by and he's talking. He had a longer conversation with my wife and I than we had unbothered the entire dinner. So then there's like another person who comes by who is maybe in between management and server. And she's just checking in. She's like, how is everything? I'm like, dude, I don't know yet. I'm so discombobulated because I can't get a conversation going with my wife and I can't look at the food and deal with you guys, then my new children. I have no idea how everything is yet. I don't know. So then she leaves and I'm like, okay, Anna, how are you? How was year number 7 or how was year number 6? Let's talk about year number 7. What are things we want to do in year number 7? And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this guy like pops up, like Betty sneaky guy, and he has with him a little. It looks like a file, like a nail file, the kind that you get. I don't know what those things are called, but they look like a popsicle stick. It's like a popsicle stick, but a thicker one. And he like whips this thing out, and he gets right over the table, and he starts scraping the crumbs off the tablecloth into his hand. And he's really getting into it. He's like doing like this technique. And I'm just thinking, I would give anything. You could come over here and dump all of the crumbs on my table. And if I had 6 straight minutes to just talk to my wife on this date, I would leave and you would say, sorry, sir, did the crumbs bother you? I'd be like, don't care. I got 6 minutes of conversation with my wife. It was insane. And I'm not like, sometimes you go, is Sean exaggerating on this? I'm not exaggerating. It was every probably 2 to 4 minutes. There was somebody at the table looking to strike up a conversation. So then it made me feel like, well, something's wrong and they're trying to cover it. So something is wrong here in this restaurant. And they know that if they leave me to my own devices long enough, I'm going to figure out what it is. So that's when then my wife and I are trying to have a conversation and I can't focus because now I'm like, okay, what is it? What's wrong with this place? What are they trying to hide? Crazy. Okay, let's do it. Kelly's, what are you into?
Kelly's, what are you into?
A new Jackbox came out. I love Jackbox. I love the Jackbox games. Jackbox Party Pack 11 came out in Octubre, and I got it yesterday, and Mike and Robin came over, and we did a little Jackbox game. Now my wife was supposed to be out of town yesterday. She's gone until Wednesday. She was supposed to leave yesterday. I don't know if you've been following the United States, but the airports, a lot of flights getting canceled because of the government shutdown. A lot of flights getting canceled. So my wife's flights last night got canceled. Now this is a put husband and dad in a bad spot moment. My wife leaves town. My kids and I have a very normal system for us that we do when my wife leaves. And it's not how my wife does things. My wife is a total clean freak, and she has, excuse me. Am I going to sneeze? Am I going to sneeze? No. She has a way she likes things done in her head. Well, then I have a way I like things done when she's gone. So she leaves the house at 4:00 on Sunday afternoon. Right, Seahawks are getting going. She leaves the house, go to the airport. And I get into my mode of we've got 4 days without mom in the house. Let's survive them. And the kids kind of, there's a lot of structure. There's a lot of things that are normal. But there's some rules that are broken, and we kind of just go. Well, my father-in-law reached out, and he was like, I know Anna's out of town. Do you want to bring the kids and meet me to get Mexican food tonight at 6:00? And we can, then you got dinner covered. You don't have to make dinner for all the kids. I'm like, yeah, I'm in. Absolutely. So we're watching the Seahawks playing. The upstairs is kind of getting to be a mess. I know Mike and Robin are coming over later that night, but I also know Mike and Robin don't care if the house has the kids' toys in it. Now, my wife, this would be something she would care about a lot. She wants the house to be precise, even if it's Mike coming over. So that's she wants it to be very clean. When I said precise, I meant very clean. And so I know for a fact the house is a little dirty. I also am getting the kids ready and the clothes don't match. I didn't even put socks on Huck and Olivia. We're just trying to get to the restaurant. I'm trying to get 3 kids to the restaurant. So we leave the house. It's kind of messy. I mean, I even leave the TV on. It's just, we just left. We just put our clothes on and left. So we're sitting down to dinner. And I look at my phone and my wife sends a text that said, "Hey, my flights got canceled. I'm meeting you at the restaurant." Yay. Woohoo. I know, I'm excited. My wife's going to be at the restaurant. This is great. But all I can think about is I know what the kids are wearing. I know there's no socks on. I actually don't know what Woods is wearing. We just put him in stuff that looked kind of warm and got him to the restaurant. And then I know that we're all coming home afterwards and she's going to walk into the house and say, "What is this? You have company coming over tonight. Why is every single one of the kids' toys out and about?" I got saved on this one because after dinner, my wife took my niece home from dinner and my daughter. And so that bought me a little cleanup time. Got to give the boys a bath and got some cleanup time. So anyhow, thank you, government shutdown, for causing a little extra stress in my life last night. But Mike and Robin came over. a little later, and we played some of the Jackbox games. Anna played some of them with us before she went to bed. Excuse me. And I love Jackbox. I love them. I have been a big fan of the series for a long time. I was a big You Don't Know Jack fan. And then I like the party packs. So this one came out right on my birthday, the new Jackbox Party Pack. It's got, I want to get the games. I want to bring the games up here. Where are you, Jackbox Party Pack 11? There it is. Okay. So it's got 5 games on it. Dominate, Hearsay, Cookie House, Suspectives, Legends of Trivia. All right. Suspectives. We played it. We had 4 people. You got to have 48 people. I didn't get it at all. One person is the criminal. The other people are not. They're trying to figure out who the criminal is. The rules were not explained very well to me. And I didn't get it at all. I thought the game sucked. So that's a bad one. Hearsay. Hearsay is a weird one. It's their new one this year. You talk into your microphone on your phone and record sounds that get played back. So it'd be like, make the sound a dog makes when he's gnawing at a bone. And then everyone records the sound. You're all in the same room recording the sound. Then it plays them back and you vote for which one you like the most. But you're all recording in the same room. I think I wanted it to be fun because I had you get a new game, you want it to be fun. So I go in with an open mind that this is going to be fun. Hearsay kind of sucked. It kind of sucked. There's a chance that it could be fun with a big group, but overall it wasn't very great. So that one wasn't awesome. Cookie House. Cookie House is their drawing game on this one, and it's kind of like the t-shirt game. If you play the t-shirt Jackbox game where you make t-shirts and vote on them, they give you a prompt and you draw on a cookie what the prompt is, and then your cookie goes up against someone else's cookie, and the other players vote on which one fits the category more. I like the drawing games. I love Drawful. I like the t-shirt one. This is like the t-shirt one. It's okay. It's okay. Not amazing, but okay. So there, that one maybe half thumbs up. Dominate. Dominate is, I think it's their spin-off of Quiplash. So everyone gets a prompt on their phone. You fill in a clever answer. And so in this one, in Dominate, they give you a title, a bakery, a beautiful bakery. And then it gives you a prompt, and you have to ruin that prompt. So a beautiful bakery where everything's made out of human skin. I don't know. That's terrible. Maybe I'm bad at the game. That could be what it was. Where everything is rotten. Whatever. So then your prompt goes up against someone else's prompt, like Quiplash, and everyone votes on which one they like more. So it's just like Quiplash. And then at the end, you go through and they bring up a prompt that you already had. A bakery where everything is made of humans. And then at the end, you have to write a prompt that makes that bad one good again. It's like humans. Human gingerbread man. I don't know, something dumb like that, right? It's okay. It's Quiplash. They're trying to do Quiplash. They're trying to make it a new twist. It's okay. Not great. So 4 games so far of the 5, and maybe 2 of them I'd revisit. Dominate and Cookie House. I can't see myself playing Hearsay. I can't see myself playing Suspectives, but that's all right because they've got a trivia game, and Mike, Robin, and I love the trivia games. Love them. Murder Trivia Party 1 and 2 are great. I like just the regular old Jackbox. Those are great. The trivia is great. I forget the other Wheel of whatever game they have is great. Legends of Trivia. And this is going to channel to me. It is set in an RPG world like Dungeons and Dragons style, like Final Fantasy style. So each person picks a character, a warrior, a sage, or whatever. A ranger, right? You got all your classes, and you go on this trivia adventure. The setting is awesome. The way they present it is great. And so you are fighting bad guys by answering trivia questions. So a trivia question pops up. Everyone answers the question. and everyone who got the answer right goes and attacks the bad guy and does damage to it. And then if you get it wrong, you get attacked by the bad guy. So there's like a little strategy where, okay, well, Mike knows the answer is B, but Robin thinks it might be C. Well, Mike and I are both going to lock in B, and then Robin's going to lock in C, so that we can, at least one of us can get it right and hit the bad guy. And yeah, someone or two people are going to take damage. So it's fun. I love trivia. The trivia is great. Here was the problem with it. You go through these levels, and it's kind of building as you're going deeper into the map. Like every time you beat a bad guy, you go to the next location. Maybe it's a riddle. Maybe it's a shop where you can buy power-ups. Maybe it is a thing called List It, where they put down, like, it was, one of them was all the systems in the body, and you had to list all of them, right? Muscular, nervous, all those. You had to list them to move on to the next one without taking damage. And so you go through all these, and then you're waiting to get to like a final boss. And this is so weird how this worked. I think you'd go through 6 stages. We'd get through 6 stages, and the game would just end. It would just end. That was it. They just rolled credits. There was not a fun, you beat the bad guy, nothing. Like they've done all presentation with this weird singing bard the whole way. And then you beat the final boss, and it's like, they just literally rolled credits, and it's so disorienting. And then on the person who started the game, on their screen, it's like, continue the adventure. And you're like, what? Why? How did the adventure end? How are we rolling credits? So then you can continue it, and I don't know, I guess maybe you can eventually get to a final boss. But I was kind of hoping they would let you just do that while you played through it. But instead it just stopped your game after 6 questions and said, oh, you're done. It was weird. So overall, Jackbox Party Pack, I'm going to give it a thumbs down. It is not a good party pack. I love Jackbox Party Packs. If you missed this one, you are not missing out. All right, here's your favorite 15-minute podcast. I got kids waking up. Goodbye.